Good evening, everybody. How you doing? It's Friday evening, and this is the first opportunity I've had all week to record a video. I figured I'd sit down before I pass out from a rather busy, long week at work. It's been a particularly long week because we around this area, Ipswich, we have Felixstowe docks, which is possibly the biggest docks where the majority of container ships come into the country from, and the main road, the A1214, it goes across the Orwell River, which has a enormous great bridge on it. And when the wind gets up, like the weather has been the last couple of days, they close the bridge, and that's the main artery, pretty much the only way that lorries can get to and from Felixstowe docks. And so when that closes down, they are all forced to come through Ipswich, and there are literally hundreds and hundreds of container lorries that have to come through Ipswich when the bridge is closed like that, and the infrastructure is just not there in Ipswich in order for these trucks to get through. So the whole town just comes to a complete and utter gridlock when this happens. And guess who's been delivering to Ipswich all week? I have spent hours and hours, especially on Wednesday, which is the worst day. I spent hours and hours just sitting in traffic going absolutely nowhere in Ipswich. So yeah, it's been a particularly long week, which is why I haven't had an opportunity to record a video. So I figured I would just give you a general little update. Not just mod news, got a little bit of all sorts going on in life at the moment. Myself and Anna, I think I mentioned before, we recently got engaged, and we have just decided on a date. We've decided we're going to get married on February the 29th next year, so that'll be good fun. It'll actually be the leap day, the 2020, so makes it a little bit more special as well. So that'll be nice. That'll be good fun. I'm quite looking forward to that. That should be an interesting experience. I don't particularly like people staring at me all day, but yeah, they'll be paying more attention to Anna, I'm sure. So that's all right. But yeah, so that's quite nice. We've now got all that. We've got all that booked up. We've got to put down deposits and stuff for that, and all that sort of stuff. So that'll be something else to focus on, and something else. I apologise, I'm tired. Something else to focus on and take my attention away from all the various other things I have going on as well. One more thing I've got to fit in there somewhere, but it's all good. It'll all be, like I say, I'm sure it'll be a really interesting little experience. So that's good. And yeah, that's the main thing other than mod news. So we'll get onto the actual mod news now. My nose is, don't know how well it shows up, but it's all swollen up and gone red again. Where it was wearing the tracks on this side of my nose, it's now pretty much all settled in place, and it's now started on the other side of my nose. That's something I've often noticed in the past, that it will do one side before the other for some odd reason. I don't really know exactly why that is, but yeah, so it's now, this side is now nice and tender and red. And that's something you really need to be aware of if you are planning on making stretching a septum piercing very big. It does take a long time to settle down, a lot longer than even something like earlobes. So it's something worth bearing in mind. It's not something you can do quickly. Not that you should be stretching any piercing quickly, but in particular something like a septum that's in such a particularly sensitive area is really something you cannot rush. It just won't go well for you if you try. Yeah, so that, I haven't cleaned it yet today. As soon as the video's done, I'll probably try and get on that and get that sorted out before falling asleep. But yeah, it's still it's not too swollen up at the moment. Hope you can see alright. It's not really too swollen up, but it's tender. I don't really want to be fiddling about with it too much. But yeah, then other news, some good news. I finally gotten around to having another tattoo session booked in. Anna was getting tattooed yesterday, and Sam, who's the chap who does my work, was in the studio, and she was able to book a date. It's not anytime soon. It's not until September, which is a bit of a shame, but there's nothing unusual. He's always booked up months and months and months in advance. So I'm kind of glad we can get something this year. But what I might try and do when it gets closer to September is to book another date with him further down the line. But yeah, that's yeah, the guy that does it, his name is Sam Rivers. He actually now splits his time between Ipswich and Leeds. He's up until recently he's just worked out of or primarily worked out of what do you call it? Curiosity Studios in Ipswich. Actually, I've got their card here. Hope you'll be able to see that right. That's my date card. Hope you can see that right. So it's actually Friday the 13th of September 2019. So Friday the 13th. Not that I'm what's the word? Not suspicious. You know what I mean. I've completely forgotten the word. Never mind. Yeah, you know, Friday the 13th, bad luck and all that. I don't subscribe to that sort of belief personally, but it's an amusing little coincidence, so that's my next tattoo appointment. But yeah, as I say, Sam, he primarily works out of Curiosity Studios in Ipswich. I might even put a link in the description to their page, or maybe his Instagram page. I think, if I remember rightly, his Instagram, for anybody who uses it, is I think it is Sam Rivers Curiosities, I believe. It's something along those lines anyway. But he, the majority of the work he posts is often black work, or this sort of modern tribal-esque type stuff, where he likes to take a lot of influences from different sort of tribal cultures and things from all around the world, and comes up with these absolutely beautiful, ornate designs. But the vast majority of them are black work style designs. It seems to be what he enjoys doing the most, and it's certainly what he enjoys posting the most online. So if you're into that sort of thing, it's well worth having a look over at his Instagram page if you do use Instagram. And yeah, I actually don't know what the studio he works out of in Leeds is. But I've known Sam for a long time, since well before he started tattooing, and he's always been quite an eccentric character, and he's a lovely person, a very unique individual. And for the most part, I'm just gonna pretty much let him do more or less what he wants as far as all the black goes. My only criteria is lots of black. I think the plan, because I haven't spoken to him at all myself yet. It was only Anna that saw him yesterday when she booked this for me. I haven't actually spoken to her myself yet, but the plan, from what I understand from her, or I think what she wants, because I know she doesn't particularly like me having half black forearms, but I think the plan going forwards, or this next session at least, will be to link up all the way around the forearms. I actually like the idea of leaving a small gap down, I'm not going to be able to show this, but a small gap down the middle of the inside of my forearm. I'm not going to be able to show that very easily. But yeah, literally just sort of a small, maybe sort of a finger width gap down the centre on the inside of my forearm. Something like that. That's actually something Sam suggested last time we were there. And it's something I had considered myself as well, anyway, out of coincidence. So that may well be the plan going forwards. Or it might just be complete solid black, we'll see. But yes, that's all something to look forward to. I'm quite excited about getting another session in, even though it is, yeah, it's 6 months away, isn't it? September's the 9th month. Yeah, it's quite literally 6 months away still, which that's kind of crazy when you think about it. So yeah, like I say, what I might do, I might try and book a second day with him somewhere a little bit more towards the end of this year. See if I can get a second session in this year. Like I said before, I think if I can get 2 full days in a year, or at least aim for that, maybe even a third if I have the time and the spare money. But if I can try and get at least 2 to 3 full day sessions in over the course of a few years, I should be able to fill in quite a bit of myself solid black. As I have the arms and legs are pretty much going to be completely solid black. My chest will probably be mostly solid black as well. I have some ideas for things on my sides, my stomach and my back that won't necessarily be completely black, but there'll probably be a lot of black in there as well. So yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say right now. Anyway, I have 3 days off this weekend because it's actually my birthday on Monday. I never celebrate my birthday or anything like that. I never really that bothered, but Anna made me take the day off because of birthday and whatnot, so I've actually got a 3-day weekend. So what I might do over this weekend, perhaps Sunday or something, I might record 2 or 3 videos in the one day, just so I have something to upload throughout the week, just in case I have another busy week next week in the same way that I have this week and don't have an opportunity to record anything. So yeah, I think that sounds halfway sensible to me. Got a couple of ideas, videos I'd like to put together, so maybe I'll record a couple on Sunday, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, this has been a bit of a rambly video again. I'm very, very tired, and but yeah, I figured I'd better get something posted up, just so I don't fall into the habit of not posting again and getting lazy with it all. But yeah, that's it. I think that's pretty much everything for the time being. It's yeah, I guess that's it. Have a good night or a good day or whenever you're watching this, and ta-ra for now, and I will speak to you again on Sunday. Good night.